Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish, and here we are again with some more Baldur's Gate. I'm very excited this time because we finally have our full party. We've got Eryk the cleric, of course, our somewhat tipsy and melodramatic priest of Tyr. We've got Khalid, we've got Jaheira, we've got Minsk and Boo. We've got Imowen, and we've got Denna here. Finally, we have a wizard. And that wizard even has spells, because look at this. All of those scrolls that we have been saving, they're in her spellbook now. All of them. Well, not all of them. She can't learn enchantment spells. But we even found some good high-level stuff that she can't cast yet, like Dispel Magic. Awesome. And we have a couple of things from last time, little treats and trinkets that got identified. So, of course, we have our golden pantaloons, right? We have our flail +1. We got this +1 long sword for Khalid. We've got a second ring of the princes +1, a ring of protection. We've got the Ankheg plate mail, which is so good for Jaheira. And since y'all wanted to have Jaheira switch to the spear, I bought her one. Because, of course, we made our way back to Nashkel. Just, this is where the adventure's going to happen. So they sell spears here. We got her one. It's not magic yet, but it's better than nothing. Minsk. Still Minsk. Boo is still here. Imowen is still carrying Zhurlong's boots, the boots of the Whispers, or whatever they're called. We have to decide, are we going to take those back to him, or just keep them? We could keep them until we find another pair, and then take them back to him. And Denna here. Denna here is now wearing our Bracers of Defense AC 8, because those are certainly better than nothing, which is what she can wear otherwise. She now has the +1 quarterstaff. We got her a sling because she's actually not proficient with quarterstaffs yet. She's not good with them. So we got her a sling because that's the only weapon proficiency that she has. But that's okay. That works out great because she ideally should not be in melee combat anyway. If Denna here is in melee, either something has gone wrong or we are very confident that we can win the fight without any trouble and without any injuries to anyone, because she's not a great fighter. She's a wizard. But here's the real treasure. Check this out. You remember we found that book and those gauntlets last time? Well, of course, those have been identified, and look at this. The Brawling Hands. These are gauntlets of dexterity. Likely developed in Karatur to aid masters of the martial arts. Legends speak of such masters from the Far East bringing these items with them on their journeys, though details remain sketchy. What do? Well, whoever's wearing these, their dexterity score is set to 18 if it is lower than that. So if they don't already have 18 dexterity, they do now when they are wearing these gauntlets. And that's really awesome for a number of reasons, because of course dexterity is the score that helps to determine your armor class. So the higher your dexterity, the better for your defense. It's also what you use to determine ranged attacks. And it helps with your saving throws. You're going to dodge some breath attacks and things like that, right? So, well, not so less in second edition than later editions, but nonetheless. So we have to decide who to give those to, because, of course, Denna here only has 13 dexterity. Now, Imowen, she does not need them, thankfully, because she's got 18 dexterity all on her own, without any help from magic of any kind. Minsk, he's quick. He's got 15 dexterity, but still, increasing your dexterity is a great way to reduce someone's armor class without having to worry about, like, the fact that, say, if you have +1 armor, that doesn't stack with bracers of armor, and it doesn't stack with a ring of protection or a cloak of protection, or an amulet of protection or whatever. But raising your dexterity score those do go together. Those help each other. Jaheira, 14 dexterity. She's quick but could be quicker. Khalid, actually 16 dexterity. He's the second fastest and most adept character in the party. And plus he's a fighter, so he's out in front, you know. And then Jin. Our boy Jin, who only has 10 dexterity. 10 dexterity. That was kind of our dump stat when we built this character, right? So, yeah, not super great. Not super great. But, also, you know, does he need it? It was our dump stat for a reason. And those stats are important because look what else we found. This book, it's not just any book. This is one of the most rare and valuable books that you can find in Dungeons & Dragons. This is a tome of leadership and influence. One of the most popular recent tomes of leadership and influence is the cynically entitled book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Like others of its ilk, it peddles a philosophy of personal ascendancy and manipulation by charisma alone. The authors and advocates of such tomes claim that by drawing on the most recent theories in sociology and interpersonal psychology, it is possible to raise an individual's charisma by a single point. In truth, such increases in personal charisma are the product of magical spells placed on the text, as it is in the writing process. These same spells also cause the tome to disappear after their first use. An excellent marketing strategy, you must concede. So yeah, this is a tome of leadership and influence. So when you use this, you have to put it into a quick item slot. You'll see here that it's got a 1 on it, indicating that it is a stackable, consumable item. Well, if the number is on the right, then it's a stackable item. If the number is on the left, like here, that's how many uses the item has before it is no longer usable. So just like our Wand of Magic Missiles has got 10 charges before it is used up, this book has 1. So we can give it to any of our characters, and they can gain a single point of charisma permanently. Not in Baldur's Gate, no, you cannot recharge wands. That's one of the things that separates like wands and staves and stuff, is that staves being more powerful, they usually regain their charges or have infinite uses, whereas wands are effectively scrolls, but with multiple charges instead of being separate items. So it's like having a stack of 10 of whatever that spell is in one slot. So it's a convenience thing. So Denna here, she's got 12 charisma. Imowen's got 16. That's not bad. Minsk only has 9. I feel like his charisma's way higher than that. Well, his likability is very high. His force of personality, maybe not so much. Jaheira, very strong-willed, 15 charisma. Khalid, charisma is definitely his lowest stat, visibly, and we can see that in the way that his character's executed. Jin, 15 charisma. Imowen's actually more charismatic than him. Charisma, also important for clerics, and our main character is the one who does all of the talking to people. I don't know about you, but I feel like probably the person that we should use this book on is pretty clear. Don't you think? Don't you guys think this should probably go to Jin? Because that would increase his charisma to 16, which that's going to make things like his turn undead ability a little bit better. That's going to open up some more dialogue options in conversations with NPCs. And it's going to allow us to make some checks in certain quests at certain points of the game if it is higher. So I think, unless y'all really want to protest and you've got some kind of like master plan, probably we should give this free +1 charisma, permanent +1 charisma to Jin. Now, while you're thinking about that, we also need to decide who to give the Brawling Hands to. Now, here's the thing. Again, dexterity affects ranged attacks, it affects saving throws and stuff sometimes. It affects AC. So, who could use it the most? Well, of course, Jin's AC would go down, which would be great because he's our cleric and our main character. We don't want him to get hit. Khalid, likewise, although he wouldn't benefit from it too much. Jaheira, her AC is actually better than Jin's and Khalid's now that she has the Ankeg plate mail, and she doesn't use ranged attacks. Minsk, his AC is 3. He could use it. But really, you know, like, is he the best character to put it on? Imoen does not need it. It actually wouldn't do anything for her. That leaves Denahir. Now, Denahir has an abysmal AC. It is an AC of 8. It's not very good. Likewise, she's going to be fighting with a sling, but as I already said, she is no warrior. Y'all, she's not a warrior. But watch this. This sets her base AC to 8. This, if we give her the Brawling Hands, look at that. It actually reduces her AC from 8 to 6. And it reduces her Thako from 20 to 18, so it makes her better with her sling as well because, of course, it is a ranged weapon. So it actually makes her, it gives her more AC than the bracers of armor do, because increasing her dexterity from like 12 or 13 all the way to 18 is going to give her more of a bonus to her AC than just setting her base AC from 10 to 8, which is pretty wild. So I'm going to propose that for now, we may not want to throw these other bracers away. We may not want to sell those right away. You don't know, because we could change our minds. But I feel like the Brawling Hands here maybe are best put on Denahir, because she's also our weakest character. She can wear the least armor. She has the fewest hit points and is always going to. And she's our wizard. We don't want her to go down. And now that she and Minsk are in the party together, we definitely don't want her to go down, because here's something that we need to consider. If Denahir gets knocked out, Minsk goes berserk. He can become uncontrollable and just, like, start madly attacking people, especially enemies, but also allies sometimes, if Denahir gets killed. Now, that's not going to be a huge problem, of course, because if Denahir dies, like, we're going to load it. If any of our characters die, we're going to load it. But nonetheless, less death also means less reloading, doesn't it? So, yeah. I think maybe let's hold on to these bracers of defense AC 8. But let's give Denahir these Brawling Hands and increase her dexterity to 18. I think that can only help us, don't y'all? And then if we change our minds, we've still got those. And something else as well, now that Jaheira's AC is so good because of the Ankeg plate mail, we could actually probably spare this Ring of the Princes +1 and put that on Denahir as well. And that's going to reduce her AC further to 5 and give her a bonus to saving throws too. And that's not going to drastically reduce Jaheira's survivability, because then that means that her AC is the same thing as Khalid's with scale or split mail and a shield. So, yeah. All right, well, let's go ahead and do this. Let's use this book.
How may I be of assistance?
Oh.
What is it this time? You have but to ask. Yes?
Forgot I clicked over there by accident. There we go. Charisma has been raised by 1 permanently. Boom. 16. You love to see it. Okay, well,
how may I be of assistance?
I think that will get us ready to go. We have a number of quests here. And I wanted to ask y'all, do you want to push the main story a little bit? That's kind of how I'm leaning. Or do you want to go after some more of these side quests? Because, of course, we have other side quests still from Chapter 1 that we have not completed. But we also have not found Prism the Sculptor. We have not met Captain Bragi or Captain Brage. Breget, Captain Breget. But the main thing is we do need to go to the Nashkel mines. So, y'all think about that, decide what you would like to do, and while you think about that, I'm going to head down this way. Because there is one place in all of Nashkel here that we have yet to go, not counting the, like the locked houses. And that is this bridge right here. And there's a reason we haven't been there. And it's this guy. This guy is why we haven't been here.
Hey.
Oh no. This is the real reason. It's this guy. Oh no.
Hey.
Hi, I'm Noober. Nice place, huh? Oh boy. Yep.
Hey.
So, killed any monsters yet? If you wander around, Noober just follows you. No matter where you go, and he constantly talks to you and aggravates you. Ever been to Baldur's Gate? I've been to Baldur's Gate.
Hey.
I think I stepped in something.
Hey.
Everyone in town used to throw rocks at me and tell me I was annoying. I wonder why.
Hey.
What time is it? It's time for you to go away, Noober.
Hey.
I haven't had a conversation this long, well, ever. Oh, boy.
Hey.
What's that big weapon for? All the better to cleave you with, Noober.
Hey.
Those colors look pretty stupid on you. Gosh. Everyone's favorite character.
Hey.
I'm just waiting this out. I once knew this guy named Dilby. He threw rocks at me, too. Are you going to throw rocks at me? Maybe.
Hey.
What about now?
Hey.
What about now?
Hey.
What about now? Oh, boy.
Hey. Hey.
So, yeah, this is a thing,
Hey.
right? So, Noober is,
Hey.
what should we say about Noober? He is one of the
Hey.
most beloved characters, perhaps, in Baldur's Gate? Is that the right word? So, what happens is, you can kill him, and he's so annoying that if you attack him, or if you cast a powerful spell and, like, turn him into a squirrel or a rabbit or a bird or something like that, you actually don't lose any reputation, no matter how you interact with him, because everyone in Nashkel hates him so much that if you just fireball Noober, everyone's like, yes, heroes! So, the reason I'm not doing that is because he does this, like, a lot. But if you let him leave, if you let him live, rather, if you just, don't mess with him and let him have his way, then eventually, hopefully soon, and I can't remember how many interactions it is. I can't remember how many times he has to speak to you. But eventually, your patience is kind of rewarded for, he gives you some experience points. there's also, I want to introduce you to this character for y'all to remember this because there is a very funny joke in Baldur's Gate 2
Hey,
when we eventually come back. Here we go. That involves an Uber. So here we go. Gee, you sure are patient. I've run out of things to say. There we go. 400 experience points. Should we say for free? I feel like that's not right. It did cost us something, but I'm not exactly sure what. It was something intangible. Something we'll never get back. Nonetheless, Nuber is gone. He's dealt with. We got 400 experience points, and that's great because Denahir's very close to a level up, and of course, Jin just leveled up. Excellent. And look here. Okay, so all of our saving throws were reduced by 1, which is really good. Thaco reduced by 2. We gained first and second level spells. 9 hit points. Our lore went up. But look, this is what's really important. We gained our first additional weapon proficiency. Huzzah! So, we can't put any more in Warhammer. That's what y'all wanted to pick at the beginning. That and Sword and Shield style. And we can't put any more in our style either, so this just is what it is. So now, we need to pick either another style, or we need to pick another weapon. And I think we've already decided what we need to do, because we have that magical flail. It's one of the first magical weapons we found, and it is slower than our Warhammer, but it is magic, which means that it will cut through the defenses of certain powerful monsters that otherwise a non-magical weapon can't even hurt. And it's also going to be more accurate, and it's going to do a lot more damage when it hits. I'll take that for attacking a little, like, more slowly. So let's put this weapon proficiency in Flail and Morningstar. And then we'll be able to use that weapon right away, and also any additional new Morningstars or whatever that we pick up along the way, we'll be able to use it as well. And probably next time we get one, we should think about putting it in Mace, because nobody else is really using those, but we might. Minsk has ranks in Mace. He is proficient with them, but like he's using a two-handed sword. So here we go. Ta-da! See, Thaco reduced by 1. Damage increased from 2 to 5 to 3 to 8. Nice. Excellent. So there we go. That's why I was avoiding the bridge. That and Edwin.
Go no further. I require the services of your group.
Yes, they will do nicely.
So Edwin has my favorite character portrait in the game. Probably up there with, I can't remember the character's name, but he's like the archer with the tattooed face. Those two are my favorites. Edwin, however, is not going to be able to join our party for a number of reasons. Greetings. I am Edwin, and I wish to... Oh my. She has allies already. It would seem that the quarry I would have hired you to find is already within your midst. Denahir is not to be trusted, and I urge you to cast her from your party. If you will not, at least allow me to join you as well. I am a wizard of some renown, and as such I will not fall prey to the deceitful guile of one such as she. Now notice they have kind of similar accents. Not quite the same, but similar. So, yeah, why should we fear Denahir? What are you talking about? Now, if we had spoken to Edwin before we had Denahir in our party, then he wants to go and find her as well, just like Minsk does. But Minsk and Edwin can't be in the same party, and of course, Minsk and Denahir are a pair, so the three of them cannot be in the same party together. Why? Well, because the two of them are from Rashomon. Edwin, he's from somewhere else. My grievance with her is beyond you. Suffice to say that she must be watched by someone who understands her ilk. Well, your explanation is inadequate. Leave us be. You shall be the harbinger of your own destruction. Fools, they know not the danger. Yeah, get out of here. If you have Edwin in your party, Minsk will leave. And actually, if we put Edwin in our party. After we have Minsk and Denny here, eventually they'll fight each other. The reason is because Edwin is a red wizard of Thay. Thay is a terrible, awful, no good, very bad country that is run by wizards who hyper-specialize in the different 8 schools of magic. And slavery is legal there. And it is like, you know, chattel slavery is institutionalized there. It's really nasty. And they have subjected Rashomon to invasions and war and slave raids for like hundreds and hundreds of years. And so the two countries are constantly at war with one another. And the witches of Rashomon, like, most of what they do is fight the Red Wizards of Thay. So Edwin is here tracking Denny here and trying to stop her because she's trying to join the ranks of the witches. Okay, let's sell that Warhammer. We're not going to be using it for a while.
It shall be as you wish.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's go this way, head to the south. That will unlock the mines for us. We don't have to go straight there. There's other stuff we can do, but we should at least unlock them so that we can head that way. I'd like to push the main story this time, I think, because we spent a couple of episodes coming down through here and then faffing about and getting done here and so on. So I'd like to do a little more of the main quest, but also I would like to level Denny here and some of the others up, and they're pretty close to a level. So it might be wise actually to consider some of these side quests that we have, maybe turning them in and doing them. But you know what we have to do? What we have to do? We've got to go to the circus, to the carnival, right? It's right there.
You have but to ask.
Gotta go to the circus. We're going to Disneyland! I like the carnival music. It's a very interesting track. I'm actually not sure if this track shows up on the soundtrack anywhere else. This may just be unique to the carnival music, or to the carnival map rather, but if not, it still is a good track. And of course you can hear it's sort of like a remix of the, like a slow remix of the main wilderness theme, which also is likewise a riff off of the main game theme. So you can hear it sounds like the title music. There's a little bit of other interesting stuff around the edges here that I don't want to miss, but most of it is at the center of the map. I think there's a couple of items hidden out here, maybe? I don't think that there are any, like, random monster encounters. I don't believe. There you can really hear the carnival now. Here we go. Hello, cat. Pet the cat. What's in here? Oh, the door's on this side. So yeah, this is sort of like where the back tents are set up. Y'all just crowded in that door. There we go.
It shall be as you wish.
I think these are just like the roustabouts for the circus, I think. Because because you have the main carnival and then set up sort of behind it, out of the way, is the actual camp of the people who work in it, like the performers, and also, perhaps more importantly, the people who are not performers. The people who raise the tents and feed the horses and stuff like that. The circus staff, if you will. The random carnival sound effects in the background are pretty good.
Glad to meet you, friend.
Lester, hey. Sure is a nice carnival they put on. If only there were more people here to enjoy it. Well, where is everyone? Down in the mines or dead. A combination of the two more often than not. I'm sorry, you folks are here to enjoy the carnival. Don't let me go telling my depressing tales. So actually, yeah, no, we need to know more about the mines, and we don't know a lot about what's going in there. It's all been vague rumors, so if you can tell us anything... Ah, what's right. That place has been claiming lives hand over fist, but where else can we find work? It's either death by the demons or death by the dinner plate, and us Nashkel folk aren't the type to let our families starve. I'd register with the garrison, but with this bum leg, I ain't no good at fighting. Just pushing the ore barrow, that's all. Demons, you say? Demons? Ooh, a merchant. A merchant with 2 chests.
It shall be as you wish.
Ah, I know a discerning eye when I see one.
An explorer of the land seeking wonders and oddities. Well, both I have. Unfortunately, I paid thrice the price for my iron wares, and not a piece is saleable. Mayhaps the guard will take more notice when old swords wear and the new snap like twigs in autumn. Nevertheless, you came here to buy, and I do have something special just for you. These potions are strange magic from a distant shore. A swallow of the violet, and a titan's might shall possess you. Ever after, exceptional strength is yours. Drink down the red mix, and your insights will rival Elminster's, your clarity of thought indefinitely enhanced. To you, I offer them at the bargain price of 50 gold apiece, as restitution for my depleted selection. If they do not perform as I have promised, your money I will courteously refund. Will you relieve my hands of the violet? So, a Titan's might, you say? Now, that sounds really good, especially for 50 gold. Will they last forever, though? Ever after, exceptional strength is yours, clarity of thought indefinitely enhanced. Do we believe this guy? I'm sure that these potions have a duration, certainly. I don't know that that duration is permanent, because consider what a difference that makes. Think about what a find, what a treasure that tome of leadership and influence was. And he's just going to give these away for 50 gold pieces? Well, 50 gold is still not bad for a potion, even if it doesn't last forever. Let's see. Let's see what they actually do. Already you must feel stronger just holding it in your hand. Yes, your packs weigh lightly upon your shoulders. Will you convince me of your satisfaction by purchasing the red elixir? I feel much stronger, but I don't think I'll buy your red potion. I'm pretty smart now anyway. Sure, let's take the second one too. Your eyes grow wide with the light of knowledge. Go forth now, and I will enjoy the satisfaction of future great deeds done with my assistance. Ample compensation for practically giving merchandise away. Out, everyone, out! You've picked me clean. I can afford no more good deeds this day. Met a strange and very generous merchant in Ashkel. Very eager to aid me he was. He also mentioned a problem with his iron items being brittle for some reason. Let's see, is that... Oh, it's over here in this tab. Yeah. So let's see. This is the red potion. Close examination reveals this liquid to be very peculiar in nature. It could be a sorcerer's dream, but that would depend entirely on who you asked. After ingesting the mixture, the drinker becomes the weakest, most unwise, yet incredibly intelligent person to have ever lived, with an innate 50% magic damage resistance as well. The effect remains for an entire 24 hours, so think carefully before unplugging the cork. So yeah, you get 50% resistance to all magical damage, and your intelligence is set to 25, but your wisdom and your strength both drop to 3 for 24 hours. This one, of course, the opposite. This is one of the oddest potions you've ever examined. Once drunk, this mixture causes one's muscles to immediately bulge to completely inhuman proportions, Titan-like, actually, while dexterity and constitution are both reduced essentially to that of a slug. The effect lasts for a full 24 hours, so think carefully before quaffing this suspect drink. So again, a full day, your dex and your con both are reduced to almost nothing, but your strength goes up to 25.
Wonders I have seen, but I save the best.
No refunds on any items purchased, sorry. But you said if they didn't perform as advertised. What do you think? Should we keep those with us? You never know. There could be a time when having 25 intelligence or 25 strength would be useful. And, you know, even for just a moment, to maybe make a check, break down a barrier, bust open a lock or something like that. And it could be worth the price that you have to pay. Maybe we'll find a use for them.
It shall be as you wish.
Besides, luckily, you know, we've got 5,000 gold still, even after we buy his extremely sus potions. So I think 100 gold pieces is probably not a big deal.
shall not speak to such as thee.
And there she lay, pale and bloodless at my side. Woeful be the path of the elves, said I. Woeful be the path of all who trod this glade, for Nosferatu's once fair love has died. Oh, she has died. Midst coffers full and coffins bare, there came the fearsome devil bat, red blood, red eyes, and ruddy hair, but none more red than 2 sharp teeth that glistened there. There ends Galahin's last and best love work, Nosferatu. Enjoy the rest of the carnival, ladies and gentlemen. A finer one I have not seen in years. We caught the tail end of a very short play, apparently. The Great Gazebo.
I'm always ready to entertain.
Hi, come well and welcome. You have stumbled upon the Great Gazebo Show, starring yours truly, the Great Gazebo. Allow me to introduce the amazing Oopa, the world's only exploding ogre.
I'm always ready to entertain.
Fun for the whole family. Now let's try that crowd pleaser one more time. Is very funny.
I'm always ready to
Watch
entertain.
You're either a die-hard fan or a sadist, friend. No, Oopa, just one more. One last one, then you can go back to the tent. Oopa, put the weapon down. Oopa! Ah!
My blade will cut you down to size.
Yeah. Oopa doesn't like exploding, apparently. Can't blame him. Well, we got 270 experience points and a ring out of it.
You need a new tailor. Your clothes are absolutely dreadful.
Lord Binky the Buffoon. Oh, how dreadfully unposh you all are. I mean, honestly, this is a carnival, not a gladiator's ring. Okay, well, and who even are you? Mon nomen est Eryk. What is yours? Oh, you'll not get away with that for long. Oh, you'll not get away with that for long. That's enough. Okie dokie, like that's enough now, eh? And this is funny. What a fabulous carnival, darling. Are you mocking me? Dost thou mockest me? Away with you, beggar. You can attack him, but... Of course, you know, that's rude.
This way, good sir. Over here.
Indeed. Come one, come all. Take a look at the stone warrior maiden. How long has she been trapped in this petrified form? No one knows. Be the first to learn for the mere price of 500 gold. For that small amount of money, I shall give you a magic scroll, and with this scroll you can release the maiden from her stone prison. Think of the gratitude she would feel to her saviors. Perhaps she's a princess from some far-off land, or maybe a powerful sorceress in search of a concubine. You can't afford not to know. Buy the scroll. Nah, we're not interested. Your loss. He'll be here if we change our minds. So, this is an interesting character. It's also possible, if you have the scroll or know the spell, Flesh to Stone, or if you have a protection from petrification or whatever, like, you can fix her on your own, and he gets really mad about that. So, this is actually a recruitable character. She is a cleric named Bronwyn. Now, because she is a cleric, we don't need her because we have Generic, the cleric. We also don't have room in our party for her. But that way you know about it. If you play this game on your own and you want a cleric in your party, Bronwyn is a very good character.
I shall
I've
attend
got
to
the
it in
best
a trice.
prizes this side of Cormier.
I trust you're enjoying the fair. A fine time, despite the recent shenanigans involving the mines and those pesky bandits as well. What can I get for you? Well, what do you have? Oh, let's see. Mostly the same stuff as the shop in town. He does have 5 +1 arrows of piercing. That's the only thing of any real interest that he's actually got. And he won't even buy our bloodstone ring, so... Do you have any good books? History of Shadowdale, a quarterstaff, and nothing. Okay, well.
It shall be as you wish.
What about this tent? Another merchant.
I shall
I've
attend
got
to
the
it in a
best
trice.
prizes this side of Cormier.
Okay, let's see. What have you got? Same thing. Mostly just swords. Do you have anything worth stealing? Neutral good. Well, he does have 9 gold, but I'm not going to make him mad at me for 9 gold, because he'll definitely see us steal it. We have to, like, be sure that
You're
it's
a queer
worth it.
fellow. This way.
What's in there? 2 spears.
What is
Okay.
it this time?
Well, we don't want those, but we also got
I
10
shall
free
tend to it in a
experience
trice.
points for unlocking, so not mad about that. Another merchant.
but to ask.
So this is the
Best prizes
Sutler's
this side of
Row
Cormier.
kind of thing, because you know most carnivals and street fairs and such, they've got like a section where the merchants set up. Ooh.
I've got the best prizes this side of Cormier.
Ooh, now this is more like it. Check this out. Okay, so he bought our ring, but also protection from petrification, a bunch of protection scrolls. The scrolls with the green runes on them as opposed to the red symbols. These are consumable items that are just meant to be cast to protect you. They are not meant to be scribed into a spell book. But look here, he's also got some other magical stuff. He actually has some magic items that we can afford. The One Gift Lost. A necklace of missiles. The naming of this necklace originates from its only owner, Ikaida Morneve, who quested to regain his kidnapped daughter. Not many would help the determined father, but a kind and generous mage bestowed this item on him to aid his cause. Alas, the necklace was lost when Ikaida dropped it into the Immerflow River while fending off bandits upon a suspension bridge. Fortunately, it is rumored that the item was not needed to reunite the family once again. Oh, good. We love a happy ending. So yeah, Necklace of Missiles. So this creates basically a fireball. You can use this to make a fireball. Now, it does have charges. I'm not 100% sure how many charges it has. So is it worth 3,000 gold pieces? That depends. How badly do you need a couple of extra fireballs? And sometimes the answer is quite badly. After all, Denahir can't cast fireball. Not yet. Not yet. The Protector +1. Ah, the Royal Guard of King Pyronan, ruler of Impiltur, were given the Protector as an honorary show of status. Unfortunately, members of the Guard had trouble coming to a consensus amongst themselves as to whom the amulet should go. After years of internal hostility, the item was lost and the Guards replaced by less greedy individuals. So this is the same thing as our Ring of Protection. It gives you +1 to AC and +1 on all your saving throws. The difference here is that this takes up your next slot. So the reason that this is useful is because it does not stack with the ring or with a Cloak of Protection, which also does the same thing. But this means that you could wear 2 other rings that do different stuff and still gain the +1 to AC and saving throws. That's the real benefit there. A shield amulet can be activated by a simple command word and a touch, with each use acting as 1 charge. It duplicates the first level wizard spell Shield, and so for the duration of the spell, the wearer has a base AC of 4 and a further +2 AC against missiles and becomes immune to magic missile spells for the duration. This is cumulative with any modifiers due to shields and magic devices. So yeah, unlike mage armor, which is what the bracers of protection or bracers of armor are based off of, the shield spell stacks with things like rings of protection. However, again, even though this lasts for 1 hour, that's great, but it does have charges. So that's kind of expensive for an item that's going to run out, but it is a very good bonus. You never know. And what's this? The Topsider's Crutch. It's a ring of infravision. Merchants that dare the risks of trading with the drow of the Great Rift are often given these items to aid in their movements underground. So, yeah, this basically, it just gives you the ability to see in the dark if you don't already have it. Keeping in mind, see, this is so Jin has that. Khalid and Jaheira have already got dark vision, so Minsk, Imawin, and Denahir can't see in the dark, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. The game doesn't punish you too harshly for not having dark vision.
You have but to ask.
Do we want any of those? That amulet would be great, but it would take literally all of our money.
Leave us alone, will you?
Oh.
Nothing for you here.
You there, stay back. If any of you come closer, I'll kill her. I'm serious, don't make me do it. All I have to do is say the last word of my spell and she'll die. Oh, what's going on here? Zordral is threatening Bentha. What's this all about? She's a witch. She'll use her magics to poison the children of this town. She'll butcher the livestock and she'll seduce the young men, make them her puppets. She must be killed. Okay, so, but wait a second. Why are you the prejudice against a magic user? You said yourself you're a mage. After all, aren't you going to kill her with your magic word, you idiot? Or we can just say, stop threatening the woman, you psycho. Or why don't we discuss this? Maybe we can come to a sane solution? No, we haven't been dramatic in a while. Perhaps it's time, don't you think? Are you mocking me? No one mocks the great Zordral. You'll pay for your insolence. Okay, well. He cast mirror image on himself. You know what? That's what makes it a little hard to see. Let me... Doodly-doo. It's gonna be on here, I think. I think it's here. One of these. No, that's the circle markers. Where is Where are the nameplates? Actually, don't see it. Okay, well, I'll look for it later.
Let's give them a rifle thrashing.
Excuse you? He cast a fear spell. Those things are very effective if you fail to resist them. Oh, and he's hit Khalid with Melf's magic missile.
Yes?
Let's see. We probably should help him out a little bit.
Better part of valor.
He is badly injured.
How may I be of assistance?
This might be worth using some magic of our own. That's a magic missile should ignore his mirror image. She's not very powerful, but it's a guaranteed hit, which is certainly better than nothing. Come on, finish him off. There's just two of us fighting, and one of them's Denny here. Come on. Oh, it looks like he might be out of spells. Oh, there we go. The fear spell wore off on Khalid. Oh, wore off on everybody. Here we go. Get him.
What is it this time? It shall be as you wish.
There we go. We got him.
Yes? How may I be of assistance?
Should probably heal ourselves. Did I not say Melf's acid arrow? What did I say? Instead of Melf's acid arrow. Because yes, Melf's acid arrow is a nasty spell. It hits you with acid damage, and then for like a couple turns afterwards, it keeps hitting you again. There we go. Phew-wee.
What is it this time? It shall be as you wish.
Melf's magic missile. Oh, well. My bad. That's wrong. Now, this is a fight worth fighting. Why? Look at this. He is a wizard. So he drops some spell scrolls, but more importantly, he drops this, a mage's robe. Check it out. We need to identify it, but look at that. It's wizard armor. Color spray, she knows that spell, so let's see. Does she know armor? Yes. Oh yeah, she has it memorized. There we go.
Yes?
And we'll give a save here.
Yes, friend?
Thank you for rescuing me. I am Bentha, and yes, you could call me a witch, for I do use magic. However, I have no intentions of killing the livestock or seducing the young men. Bentha confirmed for lesbian. Zordral is an old enemy of mine, one who has caused me and my family great pain over the years. If you had not walked in at that moment, I would have been killed. I must thank you again. Is there anything I can do to help you? Well, let's see. What should we say? Should we ask her for maybe a magic item? Should we ask her for advice? Or should we simply say a good deed done is enough for us? I can't actually remember which one. So... Well, you know... Listen. You know, you can't judge her for that. Maybe she forgot, right? So... the thing about Bentha, she's not evil, and if you don't stop Zordral, then he does kill her. So I think if you ask for a magic trinket, she gives you some kind of potion, maybe. And if you ask for nothing, she gives you something better. I believe, is the way that it works. And it might just be... It might be reputation, maybe, but I think this is something like a potion of healing or whatever. So, we are neutral good after all, and we need to increase our reputation. And remember what I said, too, about as we level up and our powers develop, we're getting special abilities based on how we treat other people. So, let's treat her well. After all, we were rude to Zordral, so we have to be nice because we have to alternate. Well, that's very kind of you, but I couldn't let you leave without a small parting gift. Here, take this. It's a potion that will help in any heroic endeavors. Alright, we got a potion of heroism. Cool. Also, there is no one left inside the tent now, which means that we can raid these shelves for anything that might be on there. Which isn't a lot, but some cash.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
But no, Bentha's not secretly evil or anything, so... I think if you cast no alignment on her, she shows up as some form of neutral?
It shall be as you wish.
Well, if there's more money, maybe. This is a game tent. You can play some games here.
With Lady Timora.
A toss of the bones to make your fortune. Double your money on a winning roll. No, we don't need to play roulettes or darts or whatever with them, I don't think. We have plenty of money at the moment.
Hello, pal.
Good day. Consider yourself victimized by Vitiare, master thief and pickpocket extraordinaire. No time to chat.
You have but to ask.
Lucky fella, aren't you?
Excuse? We have lost 100 gold. Yes,
It shall be as
he
you wish.
did. He did just mug us and run. I can't remember if anything, like, if you can do something about that. I feel like you can chase him down or something. Let me see. Where was my... I think you have to catch him. Here we go. That's the most recent save.
You have but to ask.
Let's dodge back in here.
I shall attend to it in a
pal.
trice.
Oh, that's not it. That's Jin was trying to be the one to talk to him.
It shall be as you wish.
Let me see if we can
I shall attend to it in a trice.
kind of
pal.
block
How may I
his
be of
way.
assistance? You have but to ask.
Where is he?
What is it this time?
Let's just try attacking him. There we go. Got him. Hey, there we go. We got our money and we got some extra potions. And that gives you experience points, and you do not take a reputation hit for killing him because he did pick your pocket. So there you go. Yep, no rep loss. Alright, let's see what we got. What was our haul here? Potion of Master Thievery. Ironic. Should use that first. Who doesn't have a healing potion? Denna here doesn't. Jahira no longer is carrying one. Let's give it to her. We also have, let's see, the Potion of Heroism. Gives you bonus hit points and makes you more accurate for 2 hours. Who can use that? Any of our warriors can use that. Perhaps Minsk will hold on to it for now. And this is a Potion of Agility. Sets your dex to 18 for 3 hours. We can just hang on to that. Honestly, we might need it. Gambling tent, merchant. That's another merchant. Okay. And so many cats. kitties everywhere. Y'all don't let me forget to identify that robe when we go back to Nashkel. Because I'm pretty sure I know what kind of robe it is, but like, ideally, if you're not 100% confident of what an item is, you don't want to equip it when it's unidentified, because do you still get the benefit from it? If you do that, yes. It gives you the bonus even if you don't know what its powers are, because that's just how putting on a magic ring works. But if it is something like, say, a cursed item, you get the negative benefits or negative penalties, side effects, whatever, as well. And that's no good, especially because in order to remove a cursed item, you have to go to a temple and have them cast Remove Curse on you if you cannot do that for yourself, which at the moment we can't. Now that is a cleric spell. We will get it. Jin will be able to do that, but he can't do it this second. What's in here? Oh, okay.
You're a queer fellow.
Oh, if only you knew, dear. Anything in there? Boop. No one saw that. Long sword. She's got 2 short swords, doesn't she? Yes, okay. Because we decided she was dual wielding. Boop.
Yes? You have but to ask.
We are protagonists. We need this money more than you. Okay, we haven't been in this tent yet.
You have but to ask.
Ooh. Nice one. What's he got?
All my stuff is authentic. Really, it is.
Okay. Armor. Mostly armor. Okay. The only thing is, I keep wanting to give Khalid a large shield, but I also keep hoping that one will drop. Yeah, no, the cats are not snitches.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
See, Crow knows. You can trust a cat. Some people think you can't, but it's because cats are also thieves and liars. So it's honor among thieves. But yeah, I keep not buying him a large shield because I'm hoping that one will drop, then we'll find one on somebody. Realistically, though, at this point we have more than enough money to buy him a non-magical large shield, and maybe we should, just because one hasn't dropped yet, and if it's going to, I don't know when. Who knows when? Might be never. Okay, and that's it for the carnival. Well, then, in that case, let's head back over to Nashkel. We can rest. We need to memorize new spells because Jin leveled up, so we need to pray for some new cleric spells.
It shall be as you wish.
I'm nothing of value. Please let me be.
I was hoping I could give him something, but you can't. Here we go. Let's go get that new robe identified so that Denna here can put it on. I'm very excited. There's a couple of different kinds of robes in this game, and they're all very useful for wizard characters, so like finding one for free is awesome. Because the game knows what they are. You know, it's armor for people who can't wear armor. And also wizards are your most powerful characters, generally speaking, so they need to be protected. So the game knows what they've got. Baldur's Gate knows what it has, so they cost a lot of money. So this one only costs us 100 gold to identify it, which is not bad. And here we go. The Knave's Robe. Yep, okay, that's what I thought. A favorite among mage thief multiclasses. Enchanted to shield its wearer from the blades and poisons of any darkened alley. As with others of its type, however, its use is restricted to students of the arcane. So it's +1 to AC versus slashing, And +1 to death saves. So, is it the best robe? No, absolutely not, but it certainly is better than an empty slot. Not least of all because, watch her sprite. Check it out. She looks so much cooler when she's wearing that robe, too. See? Sick. Okay. Yep, I think I'm going to follow through here, and let's trade Khalid's medium shield out for a large shield. But we've got to walk past the shop anyway. Guys.
Can I help you? How may I be of assistance?
Guys,
it shall
oh
be
my
as you
goodness. There we go.
It shall be as you wish.
They got stuck.
Business has been poor, what with the iron shortage and all.
Okay. Large shield. Here we go. See, because it's only 14 gold. So see, this is just +1 to AC. This is +1 to AC and an additional +1 versus missiles. There's a little bit of a weight difference, but
always right.
not enough to, like, you know, keep me up at night.
You have but to ask.
Okay, now let's see. We need to get a room here.
I shall attend to it.
But before we do that, let's pick out our new spells. We've got Armor Faith, we've got Bless, which has certainly come in handy. Remove Fear might not be bad because we've been victimized by fear spells several times. And now we have access to 2nd level spells. Not 3rd level, not yet. But 2nd level spells. So we've got Hold Person, we've got Spiritual Hammer, we've got Slow Poison. We know that we've already gotten to use some of these. We know that they're good. So I'm thinking maybe Silence, because that would have been really useful against that mage, right? We talked about that before.
Never had rats. No sorry.
Okay. Go. Now.
What is it this time?
Nature's servant awaits.
Let's recover our full health. And then we will rest one more time. There we go.
No sorry.
And I think that'll do us. Okay. Let's head down to the mines. Unless y'all feel really passionate about some of these side quests. Because, of course, we do still have to find Prism. We need to find Captain Bragi. And we have all of this stuff as well. We'd have to go north to do some of this, but we can do some of them. In fact, we might be powerful enough now with 6 people in our party to even tackle, like, Basilisk. Perhaps. Maybe not. We might still want to wait on that one a little bit. So what do you think? Shall we go on to the mines? Or shall we pursue a couple of these side quests? Particularly these local ones. Large reward for the return of the gems. Where was he at? Yeah, he's the one with the cursed sword. Yeah, and if we can return him, he might not be killed for his crimes if we get him to go back to the Temple of Helm. How close are we to some levels up? She needs 483. She's definitely going to level up first, which is going to be important because then she'll have access to 2nd level spells, except that she doesn't have any. So... we need to get her some. Okay, well, the carnival was perhaps enough side questing. Let's,
You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
oh boy.
Hail, and well met.
Senjak. Well met, traveler.
Well, that's the nicest thing anyone's called me in weeks.
We should kill that one last, Senjak. Such good manners.
Oh, says Dorothea. So what treachery is this?
No, there's no reason for this to turn violent. Hand over your belongings and you may yet live.
You'll need to be more convincing than that, brigand. 5 against our party? The odds don't seem to favor you.
You should listen to Senjak, friend. Perhaps you've noticed our associates who are even now aiming their arrows at your hearts. Raise a hand against us and they'll cut you down.
Oh, I don't hardly think so. We can't let people mug us. Like, we just killed a thief for picking our pocket, right?
Now then, empty your pockets. What's going on back there? This. Possible.
Senjak, Dorothea, I swore I would crush the life out of you someday. Today is that day.
Ah, you remember this guy? Dorn? We met him back at the Friendly Arm Inn, and he offered to join us. Right? And we turned him down?
Dorn, you should be dead or rotting in a Loskin prison. How did you find us?
Oh, also, by the way, I don't know how these are related, but you may notice that her name is Dorothea, right? Which is, another way to say Dorothy. And his name is Senjak, with a K. So, in in Might and Magic 6 or 7, I think it's Might and Magic 7, there is a character named Dorothy Senjak, and she is one of the skill trainers, I think? I don't remember for what, though. It's some kind of magic skill, like it might be dark magic, perhaps. So I don't know if this is a reference to that, or if maybe both of them are the reference to a real-world person or something else. I'm not sure. I just thought that was interesting that the name Dorothy Senjak shows up in Might and Magic, and then here we have Dorothy and Senjak.
I'm happy to see you, Dorn. Leaving you behind to take the blame was all Simeon's idea. He's the one you want, not us.
You've already been hit with a lightning bolt. She should not be that coherent.
Just following orders is a coward's excuse, Dorothy. And I haven't forgotten what you said when I refused your advances.
Oh.
What advances? She would never consort with a half-orc, especially when she has me. Change, Dorn. You're as stupid as you're ugly. Tell him, Dorothy.
Senjak was the first to agree with Simeon. He always hated you. But I didn't feel the same way.
Look at them immediately throwing each other under the bus.
Dorothy, what are you saying? Yes, of course. But the half-breed brute is too stupid for that to work. Men, rush them.
You are both mewling cowards, turning on each other as easily as you turned on me. Half your men are already dead. You'll join them soon.
It didn't have to be this way. We've beaten you before, Dorn. We'll do it again. Attack!
Well, let's give Dorn some help.
Really not in this.
Oop. There went one of them. I think that was Dorothea.
Let's give them a right thrashing.
Down to size.
There we go.
I shall attend to it in a truck.
That's all of them.
You handled yourselves well enough.
Certainly indeed. Who are you? What was that business between those bandits and you?
My name is Dorn Khan, and I was settling an old score. I've been hunting those two for almost a year. That's 2 down and 2 to go.
Oh, and what happened when you struck them down? I saw a ghostly apparition.
My power is on none of your concern, unless you are looking for a strong arm to join you.
No, unfortunately our party's full, so I'll leave this for y'all to explore. Dorn is an interesting character that was added later in the game. He's not an original, like, vanilla Baldur's Gate character. He's from... I don't know if he's from Tales of the Sword Coast, which was the first expansion, or if he was added with, like, Siege of Dragonspear. He might have been added by the new developers later on after like Beamdog got hold of Baldur's Gate. But he is an interesting character, and if y'all decide to play the game for yourselves, you can see where his quest goes. But that is not our quest.
Wait, are you...
Are you Jin Eryk? What if I am?
I've heard of your prowess.
Ooh, we have a reputation.
Might help my vendetta, and my powers could certainly help.
Perhaps they would, but perhaps another time.
You shouldn't make a habit of committing mistakes like this. They add up. If you change your mind, I shall be at the friendly army.
So yeah, he goes back there in case we want to, you know, in case we want to recruit him later. But hey, look at all this free loot. These are crossbow bolts rather than arrows. We don't need those. Ooh. Spell scroll. And look here. A magic wakizashi Senjak used. Ah, a magic shield. And finally, I knew it would happen. Our first set of free plate armor. Oh boy, look at this. Okay, AC2, AC3. That actually probably should go to Minsk because he has a worse AC than we do, where he's using a two-handed weapon, and also he's got much more strength than us. So that means that it won't weigh him down nearly as much because his carrying capacity is significantly higher than anyone else's. So there we go. See, this is why I didn't want to spend 900 gold on a set of plate armor. Because, look, it's only a small difference between that and the splint. It is a difference, but it is a small difference. Okay. We'll figure out what these are later. And let's see. Okay, she already has Scrolls of Shocking Grasp, so... Onward! I'm actually going to go back to Nashkel. Because I want to identify those things and see whether or not we should just sell them, or whether we need to equip them. Because that small shield, of course, being magical, that means that it could be better than one of the shields that we have, depending on how magical it is. And even if it is just the same, it would be a lot lighter than one of our large shields. And if it's worse, well, then we can sell it. Don't need to carry it around.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Party gathered.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Helm watch over thee upon thy quest.
Okay. Small shield +1, Wakizashi +1. So that's what I figured. This is not a bad sword, but we don't have anybody who's using them. We talked about maybe having Jaheira use those, but y'all decided to put ranks in spear instead. I don't think we're going to switch to this now. And this is AC +2, but no protection against missile attacks. So this actually is +1 to AC and an extra +1 versus missile attacks. So see, this actually makes our AC better, and because it's AC +2, that's increasing our generic AC, so we don't get the bonus protection from missile attacks, but our AC is still increased by 1 against missile attacks, meaning that it doesn't change. So that is an upgrade, which is hysterically funny considering that we just finally broke down and bought Khalid a large shield, and now we have this one and no longer need it. We could have just given him the large shield we already had. That's so fucking funny. That is why I often hold on for so long on buying things, is because I know eventually something's going to drop that's going to be better. So I'm often reluctant to make purchases knowing that as soon as you do, as soon as you buy something, something better is going to drop in a game like this. That's how it always works.
Business has been
But
poor, what with the iron shortage.
That's fine. There we go. And we may turn a huge profit even with the cost for identification, because this 750 gold. Look at that. Very nice.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Now, since we walked all the way out there and had to walk all the way back, I'm going to rest because fatigue is a real thing in this game. And that means that your characters can get tired even if they're not wounded. So as time passes,
you have but to ask.
It is useful to and necessary to rest. Huh, well, dang. Let's see if we can get back to the mines now without any,
You have but to ask.
Without any more interruptions. Yeah, we probably should find someone to ask for permission rather than just, you know, going straight inside. Okay, this corner's closer, so we'll kind of fill it out, see if there's anything over here. There are some enemies hereabouts, so we need to be careful. But I think these are the offices, though. Let's just go in there first, before we get too far away. We don't have a lot of magic items yet, but we have a few that are making a big, big difference, and I like that. Uh-oh. War dogs, you say? Now, how'd y'all get hit like that?
Let's give them a right thrashing.
Boom.
It shall be as you wish.
Well, the dogs didn't have any money, but that barrel did. Anything else? Ah, a healing potion. Let's give that to Denny here. She actually does not have one.
It shall be as you wish.
Now that is, yeah, just the warehouse. But why were they storing dogs in the warehouse, one wonders? Angry, mean dogs. Mystery. Ah, and look here, though. This is why we search. Check that out. What's in there? Oh, boy. That is a wand. I think it might be a wand of frost? Maybe? Do you know what it is? No. Okay. We'll hang on to it for now and see what we can make of it. The dogs are full of drugs. That had to be it, obviously. Anything of interest over this way? There are soldiers, of course, guarding the way in. I think Nashkel might be on the very edge of and is technically in their territory, and that's why you see Omnian soldiers here. And that's why, like in Baragos, they talk about being worried, you know, about a war with Omn or something. Emerson.
So you want to take a look at me mine, do you?
I really don't be needing adventuring fools wandering about me mines. Especially ones that think they can tromp about with nary a thought about asking permission. Humph. You got one day. If I see you after that, I'll have a new shaft dug for each of you. Got that? Good. Okay. We've been given 24 hours to search the mines. Okay. Let's see what he says here. specifically. Next step will be to delve deep into the mines. Oh, I didn't actually keep the note. That's fine. That's fine. We know what we need to know. So we've got 24 hours. Ooh, which is not a lot of time. That's okay, though. We'll make the most of it. Let's explore the rest of this map, and then we'll head inside. After all, we found a wand in a tree, so, like, you can't just stop exploring after that. It's like, I'll turn the dogs on you if you're not out of here in 24 hours. Like, my guy, I hate to be the one to tell you this. Which dogs are you talking about?
The glory of
You there, stop! Sorry to bother you, but you should be aware of the danger you're in right now. There are monsters about, dog-headed ones. I'd advise you return to Nashkel where it's safe. Oh, well, we do appreciate the warning, but hey, what's been going on? Because we're actually here to help. We could sure use some more fighting men. If you want to know where to go, just go to the northwest. Up there's the mines. Emerson may tell you that he don't need any adventurers, but you don't listen to him. We need as many men as we can get. Anything else? Well, yeah, there's this crazy guy. I think he calls himself Prism. He's been making a sculpture in a cliffside. Kind of a kook, if you ask me. See you later. There we go. That's someone we've been looking for. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Ooh. Don't like that. Ghasts are quite nasty. Whew. Good thing that we took that guy down. See, look, he's worth 650 XP by himself. Ghasts are sort of like the upgrade of ghouls. They paralyze you, and it's very bad.
Go for the eyes, Boo! Go for the eyes!
Sorry, Wolf. You did attack us first. Very unfortunate. Let's see if we can find Prism since we're here, because that is a side quest. So that means if we can figure out how to deal with him, we've got some experience points waiting for us, and also a monetary reward. Don't forget that. Oh, more gibberlings. These guys are always here.
Oh, my heart's written up.
There we go. At least they had some cash on them. Prism's over in the southwest corner of the map, I think. I couldn't remember before exactly which map he was on. I forgot that he's actually here. Oh, kobolds! New enemies! So, remember we fought gnolls before, and gnolls are like hyena men, right? You would think, because we've done that, that when they say there are dog-headed enemies around, that's what they're talking about, but actually, they're talking about the kobolds. Now, that may seem weird to you if you play Dungeons & Dragons now, because, of course, you probably are aware that kobolds are like little dragon people, right? They're little lizard guys, little dragon dudes. If you're familiar with the Dragonborn race, they're sort of like, you know, stunted underground versions of those. But that was not always the case. Back in 2nd edition, kobolds did not look so much like dragons. That was something that 3rd edition kind of tended that way. They were actually more like sort of like dog goblins. And that is how Baldur's Gate treats them and deals with them. Yeah, okay, Prism's like right down here. So we'll come back to him. I'll leave that and we'll clear the rest of the map and then come back to him. There he, yeah, so you saw him there on the edge of the screen.
For the fallen!
Ooh, a bunch of wolves. Oh no. Lots of wolf. Very wolf. A high volume of wolf. More wolves than I would like.
Oh, my heart's really not in this.
It's a good thing that we're all armored up and that there's 6 of us, because honestly, if you get off the beaten path in Baldur's Gate in the early game, like in Chapter 1, wolves can be very deadly, because look at this.
Let's give them
Like,
a right thrashing.
they're way more powerful than they have any right to be anyway, and I've mentioned before about that.
You've attacked?
It's kind of like a sad fantasy trope.
What is it this time?
Nature's servant awaits.
Let's go ahead and heal, because we're going to have to do it anyway.
You have but to ask.
So, wolves in packs, very bad. Those can spell a game over very quickly. And as you saw, they are still a threat even at this stage of the game. And I hate that they are automatically hostile. It's a real shame. But it is what it is. It just makes very little sense, too, because Jaheira is a druid. So we have a druid in the party.
You are? No, not I.
And, like, they attack her first. Hey, wait. Please wait. You've got to help me. They're after me. They'll be here soon. Okay, calm down. What's going on? They're kobolds. Dozens of them. They captured me and stripped me down. The dirty imps tortured me for no other reason than to hear me scream, but I got away. They'll be here soon. We have to run. Get out of here. Oh no, it's too late. They're here.
Let's give them a right thrashing. Down to size.
Oh,
At least kobolds go down fairly easily. One thing that has not changed about kobolds, as they have evolved along with Dungeons and Dragons, is that they're not strong enemies. They're not good fighters.
How may I be of assistance? It shall be as you wish.
They rely mostly on cleverness and sabotage and stealth. So what they tend to do is, because they live underground, they spend a lot of time building traps, and they rely on that to defend their territory, and they plan to do things like, you know, lead enemies and invaders through those traps.
My blade will cut you down to size.
Kobolds very rarely behave as you're seeing them here, where they see a bunch of well-armed adventurers and they run at them, yelling and shooting. That's not really how they operate. No, Imoen, you were right. Why are you going that way? Imoen, why are you like this? Imoen. Honey, your intelligence score is so much higher than that. Well, maybe that's her middling wisdom score and not her intelligence. Right, over this way. Clear things out right here, and then we'll go talk to Prism. This should be all of it, I do believe. Is that the whole map? Yes. Well done. Well done, us. Okay.
Ah, beauteous creature. You are my masterpiece.
So you can see right here the face carved into the cliffside. Never should I have stolen these emeralds, but there was nothing else that would capture the majesty of thine eyes. I did what must be done, for I have left my shop, forgotten all my commissions, and spent all that I had. I must complete thee. Wait, there is someone here. Who are you? 'Twas that relentless Greywolf who sent you, wasn't it? Now, you may remember Greywolf, right? The bounty manager in town back in Nashkel mistook us for Greywolf because we were armed adventurers, and we told him, "Oh no, that's not us," and we got a point of reputation out of it for our honesty. So yeah, this guy thinks that we're Greywolf too. Thank Denair. I thought I was done in. I am not cut out for a life on the run. Mayhaps you could help a foolish sculptor finish this epiphany. Please guard this place, for surely Greywolf will come seeking the bounty on the gems. I will pay with my last possessions if you would do this one service for me. What do y'all think? Maybe are we seeking the bounty as well? That is why we're here, but now that you see what he's doing, see, he stole these emeralds that there's a reward for to put in the eyes of this statue. Why is he carving it though? Or do we just not want to get involved, or are we going to protect him? Do you think? He says he's almost done. Greywolf is hunting the bounty as well. We might meet Greywolf if we protect him. Well, we are neutral good, right? We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We'll see where this goes. And also, I want y'all to see what happens and how this story ends. I thank you, for I cannot run from this place until my task is done. I have been using potions of speed to aid my work and have not slept for days. She is beautiful, is she not? 'Tis a monument to my foolishness. I saw her but once on the outskirts of Evereska, and said nothing. I let thee pass from mine eyes, and mine heart hath cursed me for it.
None cross Greywolf and live.
Uh-oh. There he is.
I've come for you, Prism.
No, not yet. My work is nearly done. Please, I implore you.
Your sentiment is wasted on me, fool. You are but gold in my purse. Do you make your situation worse by hiring help to protect you? Who are you, fools?
Want no part of this fight. Take him back, or Prism wishes only to finish his masterwork. Why not let him? What harm can it do?
You should be more worried about the harm I can do. Never have I taken a bounty and not delivered. Now stand aside that I might dispense with this fool and claim my prize, or would you rather I go through you to get to him? Consider well if he be worth your lives.
No one meddles with my business.
Oh, and there we go. He turns hostile, so see, keep in mind, we did not start this fight. He's just an asshole.
Whatever they need.
We're gonna have to rest anyway since we're low on healing spells.
As directed.
What you want this way?
They would know less than done.
So let's go ahead.
Yes, oh omnipresent authority.
And we'll use our magic.
Yep. My blade will cut you down to size.
How may I be of assistance?
You've attacked.
Let's see, do we have any more healing? No. Okay.
What is it this time?
We've got this. See, he's badly injured.
You have need of me? I can but try.
There we go.
Yes?
Okay. Let's see. Let's try a hold person on him. There we go.
How may I be of assistance?
All right.
See how this paralysis works. Let's heal, though, too, while we have the opportunity. Hey, we got him, though. And look, we got 1,400 experience points. Denna here definitely leveled up from that. There we go. Y'all get around each other. Okay, phew, that was a rough fight. He was strong.
Soon, my work will be done.
Alas, my work is complete. Take what you will from my possessions, but leave the sparkle in her eyes. Oh, sweet creature, my effigy to thee is done. Perhaps our paths shall cross in distant realms, and I shall find the courage to call thy name. Elysium.
Good on you if you saved the day.
Oh. And Prism dies. Look at that.
Camaraderie, adventure, and steel on steel. The stuff of legend, right, Boo?
I love that he chooses to say that, like, right then. Our reputation has increased by 1, because we let him finish his work. He only has 2 gold pieces. What did Greywolf have? Ooh, a magic sword. No wonder. No wonder it was such a rough fight. Now, so here's the thing. Here is the thing about this statue, right? So, notice, right here, we can go up, and there is an emerald, and there is another emerald. You can also see them flashing and flickering, right? Up there in the carving. So, Elysium actually does not appear in this game, I don't believe. I'm pretty sure. So
falls and nature sleeps. Why do we still trump about?
Because we got stuff to do, Jaheira. But anyway, so I don't think that this has any effect on like what happens in Baldur's Gate 2, because in Baldur's Gate 2 we actually meet Elysium. But in this one we don't. So basically that means that if we want the bounty and we want to complete that quest, here we go, we have to return the gems. But he begged us to leave them. So it's kind of weird. You would think that there would be like some reward for leaving them, but other than the fact that the eyes sparkle if you leave the emeralds there, that's pretty much it. You don't get anything else. That's all that there is, so we might as well take them. You don't lose any reputation or anything like that. It just, you know, it is what it is. So we just have to remember to turn those back in when we get back to Nashkel. And it's really been, it's almost time. Maybe we should go back to Nashkel, actually, because we need to rest again. We still haven't even made it into the damn mines. Between the carnival and this, I thought that we would be through the mines by now. We're not even in them. Ridiculous. I thought we would cover more ground. Okay, let's head to Nashkel.
It shall be as you wish.
Let's get these magic items identified. Oh, and actually, on the way is where we have the, we can turn in the bounty. We do have time to rest. Yeah, no, don't worry about the 24 hours. It's fine.
Dealing with criminals jades a man's soul.
Here we go. We've come to turn in a bounty. Let's see. 300 gold bounty for the emeralds. Well, you'll make quite a name for yourself among the bounty hunters if you keep this up. Whether it is for better or worse, I do not know. So there we go. Prism's story was a sad tale indeed. A shame it could not have had a better ending. Oh well. But we got 200 experience points and 300 gold. And yeah, I'm absolutely certain that there are some people who probably, you know, lie to adventurers about what their magic items are.
You have but to ask.
But at least in this game, they tell the truth.
Helm watch over thee upon thy quest.
Okay, longsword. And this is great. This is really important. Because... So here's our wand. It is a wand of frost, I was right. So, column of ice. So it shoots out like a line, or not a line, but a beam that hits one creature for 8d6 cold damage, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. But even better, this is why it's worth coming back to identify this. Check it out. This is one of my favorite weapons in the game. This is Varskona. Blades of this type were long used by Sharan priests. Remember Shar is the goddess of darkness? During the sacrificial rites of the Feast of the Moon ceremonies, legends say that when she passed on, the remains of this sword's wielder were mummified, and the blade was placed within her chest as a symbol of power. So they were like stabbed through, the mummy was like impaled on the sword. In the first stage of a long-forgotten ritual, she was to have been exhumed in a season, born again in some new form. Unfortunately, cult wars killed the few that knew of her existence. Her tomb became a prison where she was forgotten, and there she developed a rage that bordered on insanity. Her grave was eventually found, but it was deserted and gave no indication of her whereabouts. Some venture to say that her anger was so concentrated, she became one with the very blade of her weapon. Regardless, after hundreds of years surrounded by constant hate, the sword harvested a power of its own. It is now exceedingly deadly in combat. So yes, this is a +2 sword that also deals an additional +1 cold damage and has a speed factor of 3. So it is faster than this +1 longsword, and it's a +2 sword with bonus cold damage. So check it out. Big difference. Very good. And that also means that now we can sell that +1 longsword, because we will find more of those, of course, but also nobody else needs one or is using one. He's the only person with longsword proficiency.
It shall be as you wish.
Business has been poor, what with the iron shortage and all.
Sell these. We'll sell this. Oh, wow, it only sells for 1 gold. I'm going to hang on to that because surely somebody somewhere will buy it for more than that. It's a magic weapon. They have to buy it for more than that. So what I'm going to do is, because he's got more strength, I'm going to let Minsk carry that.
You have but to ask. How may I be of assistance?
Let's see, are we completely out of healing spells?
What is it this time?
Yes. Yes, we are. Gross.
You have but to ask. It shall be as you wish.
Never had rats. No siree.
There we go. Yeah, someone will buy it for 2 gold. Sure.
Yes, oh omnipresent authority figure.
What is it this time?
There we go.
Yes?
We need access to some higher level spells so that so that we don't have to spend all of them to heal. There we go.
It shall be as you wish.
Okay, now we're finally to the mines. Goodness gracious. But, hey, it was worth it, right? Because, I mean, look at this. We've made quite a bit of advancement. Denny here has leveled up, actually. Forgot about that. Additional mage spells, 2 level 2 slots, 6 hit points, lore increased by 3. That's important because the higher her lore is, the more she will be able to identify items without us having to pay for them. Like this one, this is just a +1 quarter step. We still haven't identified it, but if her lore gets much higher, then she'll be able to. She doesn't have any second level spells, unfortunately. We'll get there. Alright, soldiers. I need you to move out of the way.
Stand away, citizen!
I wish you guys luck in there. Whatever's been causing all the trouble isn't something I'd want to run into.
There we go. Okay.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Here we are at last, the Nashkel Mines. Now this is going to be a very different section. This is kind of our first dungeon, isn't it? Because up to this point, we've mostly been outside. We haven't gone into a lot of places like and explored them. So what's going to be different in here? Well, for one thing, tight quarters. You can already see the corridors. So fighting is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be, you know, we're not going to be able to maneuver the same.
I care not.
But also, we're going to have to make sure that we are looking ahead for traps.
Tired.
More adventurers, eh? I'd leave while you still can if I were you. I've heard awful stories about what's been happening to those that go deeper into the mines.
Like what?
Well, my friend Ruffy barely escaped with his life, he did. Little demons jumped out of the very walls and chased him down. He'd be dead now if it weren't for the guards that came running. Of course, them guards are dead now. Old Ruffy's around here somewhere. You ask him what he saw and he'll tell you.
Yeah, it's just a wild party. Just oons, oons, oons,
How
oons,
may it shall be as you wish.
There, go on. He wants to leave and despawn, so we'll let him.
You're a queer fellow.
So, yeah, she is at 100 in open locks. So, she's only at 35 in find traps. That's what we need to boost next. Like I said, 100's a good resting spot for open locks. So, she's going to level up again fairly soon. She's level 4. She needs a ways, but when she does, yeah, it's got to be find traps. There's Ruffy.
What is it this time? It shall be as you wish.
What's old Ruffy got to say?
Leave us be. 'Tis much work to be done.
What do you want?
So, what's been making the miners disappear?
Demons. The little devils are everywhere, I tell you. From the walls they're coming. They're gonna kill us all.
And he is also out of here, which honestly is probably the smartest thing he could do. Anything good here? Probably not much. There's a warhammer and a longsword if we need one. And look here. Contaminated iron. Let's take a look at that. Contaminated iron. The iron looks to be coated in some sort of toxic substance, though just speculation. You wonder if this could be what's been contaminating the iron of the region. The mystery thickens, doesn't it? Well, it took quite a while to get here, but now we have the Mines of Nashkel laid out before us. It's going to be very different. It's technically our first dungeon. Like I said, I'm very excited, especially if y'all have not played this. If this is your first time, the game starts to get even better right around this point. So, we'll get a taste of that when we come back next Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, which is New York and Miami time here in the U.S., with more Baldur's Gate. And just a heads up, and I'll tweet about this to remind folks as well, but I will be playing next Saturday the 16th, but I will not be streaming Baldur's Gate the following Saturday, October the 23rd, just so you know. So mark your calendars, or don't mark your calendars, or whatever it is that you do or don't do. But I will not be doing Baldur's Gate on the 23rd, but then I'll be back the following Saturday as normal. That should be the only day that I'm missing. So I wanted to let you all know. And of course, be sure to come back on Monday as Specific Pixel and I hopefully finish the 7th guest, which has been a lot of fun. You guys need to be there for that. And of course, more Hellgate London on Thursday. I'll see you then. Make sure that you're following or subscribed if you haven't already. If you're watching the YouTube upload and you made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you. You're awesome. I appreciate you watching. And if you sat all the way through it, why not give the video a like? Maybe subscribe while you're here and turn on notifications. And regardless, whether you are subbed on Twitch, whether you pledge on Patreon, whether you follow on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, like, be sure absolutely follow on Twitter, because that's where I'm going to post channel updates and things like this cancellation that's coming up, this stream that I'm going to skip, but also polls about what games are coming up next, what else we're going to do on the channel, special events. That's where we're going to find that information.
And steel on steel. The stuff of legend, right, Boo?
Yes, Boo agrees. So Boo and I and the rest of the party will see you back here next time with more Baldur's Gate, and until then, as always, thanks for playing.